Someone said to me a few months ago, because the F1, because of Drive to Survive, they were like, you're not just doing sports stars there, you're now doing like TV stars, because the Netflix thing has made them all so big.
Massive.
So everybody knows them. Like, the reaction to the F1 stuff, like I used to say, like, not many like females would come up and be like, oh, I love this or whatever. Because it was like so like focused on GA soccer and stuff.
Yeah.
But F1 now, because like there's such a broad audience watching that, I find like so many more people come up to you, and I'm getting more recognised as the F1 guy than I had like any other sport.
Really?
Yeah.
But
Right now.
Because you are a reactive comedian. Like, that's what you do. You're right there. Something happens. You can do something on it almost immediately because they are giving you so much material.
Oh, yeah. And with F1, there's always just something happening. But yeah, no, people say, like, they have a plan. I'm like, I can't, because I don't know what's going to happen on Saturday or Sunday. So, like, the great thing for me is on a Sunday, when my wife's, you know, she might want to do something, I'm like, I've got to watch all the sport. And she's like, I'm like, something might happen. So
Babe,
I just sit there.
Do we want to pay the mortgage?
Exactly.
I've got to watch the sport.
Practicing doing some impressions.
So you'll get away with it.
Struggling to get the sport
yeah.
on at the minute. But like, I think what is good about Formula One as well, and what we've seen from Drive to Survive, is they're all individuals and they've all got their characteristics, and you can do that. Where it's harder maybe with team sports to pick out individuals.
Well, and that's because of media training. In team sports, you're afraid to say anything because the manager or other teammates will be like, why'd you say that? You've motivated the other team. While even in golf, but more so in Formula One, the microphone is put in their face straight after the race. So they say something and they're heated. Like yesterday, a guy called Pierre Gasly pushed Carlos Sainz and went, don't ever squeeze me out like that again, and walked by him. And Carlos was like, yeah, okay, big baby. Literally like that. And it's like, you don't get that in any other sport. Like, so they give you so much more than anybody else.
And it's kind of, when I started watching Drive to Survive, seeing Christian Horner, the Red Bull boss, he knows the game. He's like, I'm going to make superstars out of this whole thing. And he's leaning into the villain, the not villain. Like, they know what they're doing.
Big time. And he was the first guy to do it, because Mercedes the first year didn't really get involved. And all of a sudden, after a year or two, they were like, wait a minute. Like, this is making everybody so much bigger. You know, Christian has become this like superstar around the world nearly because of Netflix.
And well, to be fair to him, he was one of the first to really jump on it, and Red Bull were as well, and they benefit from it as well massively. It was Sainz who said, baby, he's kind of stole the Roy Keane line, because everybody loves Roy Keane, and he's such a serious character. But you did an impersonation with him recently, and it went down a storm. Let's take a quick look.
Roy, tell me, what could Manchester United have done differently to get a better result against them?
Listen, you know, show a bit of character, bit of personality. Do your job. Get out there, Dees. You know, it was a derby. Listen, you play for Man United. You know, start an argument. You know, smash into somebody.
Haven't seen the rest of that clip. Oh, the punchline at the end of it is class, because it's not just the impersonations, it's the jokes, like the story you're telling around it, which is the real secret.
Well, yeah, or even mannerisms as well are a huge thing. And that there, as soon as I did Roy, like, kind of rolled up the sleeves. I actually wore a grey top, because I was told by them, they were like, everybody has to wear like dark clothes, no patterns for TV, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting in the green room, and Roy walks in with this orange T-shirt. And everyone looks at him and he goes, what? It's the only clean T-shirt I had. And they're like, oh, it's perfect, it's perfect.
I'm not going to do anything.
Don't worry about it.
Like, see, just that with... Sorry, you go on there with that.
No, go on, just meeting him, he was like so funny.
Yeah.
Like, great storyteller, like really... It was a bit like I was explaining to someone, remember when we heard Nidge talk for the first time with his own accent?
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, it was a wonderful role to play when I played Nidge.
Tom Vaughan Lawler, he said
not him. So had you not met Keane before this?
No, I'd never met him, no.
Oh, right, because you've been doing his impression for a while, like it's...
Yeah, but in the last year, it got really big with the two videos, This is Manchester United, those two.
I love
and
that.
that's when I kind of came on the radar with the boys to maybe do something with Gary, and obviously Gary's like he heads up the overlap and stuff, so...
Because it's fascinating. That was on Sky the other night, and I was meant to be going to bed, and I couldn't stop watching it. It's brilliantly done, and it starts off with you. And I think we've asked Mario this before. When you're sitting down beside Roy Keane and you're doing Roy Keane, like, are you gearing up for 3 weeks at home going, this can go one of two ways? Because if he doesn't like it, even though we can tell that he likes it.
Oh, 100%. 100. Although I will say from people that know him or that would have spoken about him, everyone says he's like a lot of fun. Like, so you're expecting, you know, I was expecting him to enjoy it, but at the same time, I'm like, you never know. Maybe he'll put on that kind of like, he'll be like, give you the look or something, and then you'd have everyone online going, oh, Roy hated that or something. So that was in my head for a few days before it, but like even like I'd say about 4 or 5 days before, all I did was watch videos of him, like literally, and just kind of, you know, he's like, you know, he's got that with the hands like that. He's like, what are you talking about? At the end of the day, you know, man, you're playing for Man United. So I was doing this, and then when I was talking to him in the green room, the one thing I was struck by was how Cork his accent is when he's not on TV. It's like, yeah, right, you know, you sound like that, and it's a real. I thought it was like a lot more Cork than you hear. So I was going, geez, I have an excellent impression of. Do you know, when I was practicing before it, and then you get down and. Like any of us, I would say I'm the same. Like my accent, like talking to my friends, is like real strong. And then if I'm on TV, especially in the States or the UK, like you'll pronounce your words properly.
You have to, and particularly for him to an English audience as well, he has to. He has to be a little bit clearer. Listen, you're here as well because your golf is another big sport that you love to take the mickey out of them as well. But you're going to be playing in the Irish Horizon Irish Open Pro-Am. Looking forward to how's training going? Practice going?
I can't wait. Like you, I keep thinking I'm going to practice an awful lot, like because you know everyone's going to be watching you. But I'll probably play maybe once, twice before.
Well, now
you're pretty handy, you see, at this.
Well, you kind of have to be, right? You worked on the Golf Channel, for God's sake.
I have to say, my swing looks
good.
It looks very good. Yeah. Like even, like Shane Lowry a couple of weeks ago was with Shane and Tommy Fleetwood, and Shane's like, have a look at his swing, and Tommy's like, you must play off 2 or 3, yeah. And I was like, 15. He goes, you what? What? You? And he literally thought I was taking the mick. But then if you play with me, those shots look good, right? But like you don't see where the ball lands.
Okay,
right, that's the trick.
But surely you've had some lessons, like as Rory's doing some shots and you just happen to be there. He's like, come on, let's have a look at you. Does that ever happen?
Yeah, no, I showed Rory my swing and he went, wow. He was like, what's your handicap? I was like, and at the time I was like, I play off 18. He goes, you play off 18? He goes, your short game must be so... And I was like, it's not great, yeah.
No, because you're in this Pro-Am as well, aren't you?
As well, I'm dreading it, yeah.
Have you gotten in any practice?
I won't be showing Rory my swing, that's for sure.
No, is Rory going to be at it?
Yeah, McIlroy's going to be there.
Rory,
as well.
Shane,
Larry.
Padraig Harrington.
They're all going to be there.
So do they queue up in front of you? Do we have any shots of Tommy playing golf, I wonder, actually? I'd love to see if you... Oh, look at him.
This is me.
He's got the shorts out.
Look at this. Boom.
Did you just hack?
Straight into the water.
You threw it away straight away. Did you go into the water?
Oh, straight into it. Like, it was absolute disaster of a shot. Do you know, like, you get to these holes where it's a lovely over the lake, and everyone goes, don't go left, don't go left. What does he do? Goes left.
Not to scare you, but you do know in the Pro-Ams, like, they'll have people standing exactly where that ball went.
Well, it's not going to scare me, Conor. It's going to scare the people because they're going to know very quickly whenever I land them. Don't be lined up with them.
Like
Tommy Bow on the front of the paper because he's actually after spiking a ball into someone.
Listen,
we don't want that.
It's going to be an exciting competition. Listen, talk to us, Shane Lowry, because obviously it's been an amazing year for you as well, and with the Pro-Am coming up. Are you excited to be at the Cape Town?
Yeah, of course I am, you know what I mean? Obviously winning in Ireland a couple of years ago, Port Rushy was incredible, you know, to win the Open. A lot of people asked me what it was like. But yeah, I went drinking on the Sunday, went drinking on the Monday, went drinking on the Tuesday, went drinking on the Wednesday, went drinking on the Thursday, went drinking on the Friday, went drinking on the Saturday, went drinking on the Sunday. So just like any other week, really, you know, it's just great times. My Shane isn't the best. I find people in the Midlands, when I'm doing people in the Midlands, I hear too much of me in them, and I'm turned off doing them. Like, people are like, can you do Niall Horan or whatever? And I'm like, no, it's just, I hear so much of me in a Midlands accent that I'm like,
can't be doing
Well, what about just finish off with a bit of advice from Tiger Woods?
Well, Tommy, you're in trouble. You're really, really in trouble. And I hope you play well.
But I actually tell you, the last time when I met Tiger, the advice he gave me, I told him about playing in the club championship in Mullingar, and I was like, I was leading the thing on the final day by about 3 or 4 shots, and I was like, I lost my putting, because that's my golf game. The problem is my putting is like so bad.
Yeah.
And I always put my putts up as well so that people can like tease me on it. But Tiger was like, I lost it anyway. The thing, I was like, I'm really bad in the greens. My putting, I panicked. I got the yips, and he's like, dude, don't beat yourself up. Yeah, it's just your first club championship, and you know it's going to be tough, but you'll learn and you'll get confidence. And just, you know, don't beat yourself up. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I had 9 3 putts and a 4 putt. He goes, good God, it's a lot of putts.
Listen, Conor.
I want to talk to Tommy Tiernan, but we don't have time.
No, we don't have time. Listen,
Look,
Conor.
I can
Conor
sign
Sketches.
off.
Yeah, lovely to sign off.
I can sign off. We're now Virgin Media, Ireland AM, Tommy, Bo, Muireann, fantastic talking. It was a real pleasure talking to you. Right.
We'll see you at the K Club, the Irish Open. Horizon Irish Open Celebrity Pro-Am is on September 6th until the 10th. We will see you there.
See you there, Tom.
Thank you.
Thank
Conor.
you.